everyone, I am Pauline Nicole Onilongo, and for today's video, we're going to talk about the coffee, the level of roasting, and the types of coffee grinds. But before that, let's have a trivia first about the coffee. Did you know that bees loves coffee? Bees love coffee plants, and they are affected to the caffeine in the coffee flower's nectar. Not just coffee beans that contain caffeine. Their flowers also contain caffeinated nectar. This nectar is very attractive for bees. Caffeine makes bees see bees as alert as it does to humans. So now, let's go to the level of roasting. So these are the level of roasting with its corresponding shelf life. First is the light pale or the New England rose. Light rose is heated for a shorter time and at a lower temperature than the dark rose. The beans can reach the 193 degrees Celsius to 380 degrees Fahrenheit. Light rose has light brown in color, not shiny and no oil, not brittle, and has high level of acidity than dark rose. The next one is the medium city or American rose. A medium is roasted until just before the second crack. These are well loved for their rounded flavor profile and balanced body. They are less acidic and fruity than a light rose, but not as rich as a dark rose. Next is the dark or French rose. Dark rose stays at machine for a longer time at a higher temperature than light roasted beans. Caffeine content remains pretty much the same during each stage of the roasting process. The difference between rose is taste, not the amount of caffeine. Okay, so now let's go to the types of coffee grinds. The first one is the extra coarse grinds, where the beans are only slightly ground. They have a very rough texture and you can still see the shape of the beans. Next is the coarse grind. The coarse grind is slightly finer than the extra coarse. The grounds still appear quite chunky and are used for French press. Next is the medium coarse grind. It is about the size of a large grain of sand. It also needs a longer brew time to fully absorb the flavors, so the 5 to 8 minutes required by a French press works well with it. Next is the fine grind. Will be similar in size and feel to that of sugar. Grinds are required because of the short brew time that the coffee grind comes in contact with water. And then we have a extra fine grind wherein the size of texture like powder or flour. It is mostly used to make Turkish coffee and is sometimes called a Turkish grind. Coffee is a delicious beverage and it has plenty of health benefits. But we should also know that too much is also bad to our health. So that would be all for today's video. I hope you learned something and thank you for watching.